What's up, guys?
So,
Oh, shoot. So it is, huh?
Coach, when you look at the personalities in your room, I know you as a former cornerback, you know cornerbacks can have some personalities, have a little bit of swagger, and you got a little bit of everything, it feels, with Nate and with Jack and Ja'Cory, and how's that unit kind of coming together, and if you could talk about all those different personalities?
You can go ahead and say it. We hot messes in the corner room. You know, we just hot heads. We think we're the best. You know, we're smooth. It's okay. You know, it's what we are, right? It's great. We're having fun with it, right? Different personalities, but really, they're kind of really all in the same kind of game plan, right? Just as far as trying to be great, right? These guys are more quiet, you know, reserved. These guys are more outspoken. We welcome it all, you know, and we embrace it all. And I think our room is a good fit. And we gel well together.
how has the competition gone, and higher than you might have thought, even now in OTAs?
Yeah, because I didn't even know, you know, I didn't know the guys as much, right? Some of them because I haven't even seen until I got here, for the most part. But yeah, it definitely better than I expected. I didn't have no expectations, so I didn't know what to expect. I remember JB more than any of them, but it's been going great, man. Guys are tuned in, they're competing, they're ready. We have a rep chart in our room, not a depth chart, right? We got to earn it. We got to earn the right to be on a depth chart. So I'm moving guys around, guys with ones, with twos, with left side, right side, just really diving into developing the guys, and as we develop, we compete as well.
Coach, what has this opportunity been like just for you, being a coach with the Raiders, being a Fresno guy?
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's great to be back on the West Coast, man, closer to my family. My family for the last 2 years was in California while I was in New York coaching. So being able to go home every weekend and be more involved with things and give my wife a little bit of break has been great. I grew up a Raider fan, you know what I'm saying? So I got my first hand-me-down starter jacket from one of my big cousins, and ever since then I was a Raider. You know, obviously that changed when I got drafted by Carolina, but always had love for the silver and black. Always had love for the guys that played here. Nami Asamoah was a good friend of mine. We came out the same year. Took some of our recruit trips together. So to be back here, to be here in the legendary organization, while AP's doing this thing, like it's awesome. It's a blessing for sure.
Talk about growing up a Raiders fan. Obviously, you were here for a very short period of time, but how cool is it to go from, you know, that experience as a player to now as a coach? What are some of the differences you've just noticed within the organization?
Oh, it's awesome, man. Just over the last couple of years, being a coach now, one of the biggest things I'm experiencing here, and even in New York, is the amount of knowledge that I'm surrounded by, like the great coaches I'm surrounded by. Like, you know, in New York it was great. You know, Ulbrich, Tony Oden, Marquand Matus, Robert Saleh, a lot of those guys. I think, you know, can't get no better than that. But I come here and Patrick Graham and GA, you know, just surrounded, Mike Caldwell, surrounded by guys that have coached in this league and are great dudes. So that right there, just being around, I'm like, oh man, I'm like, this is awesome right here. You know, I'm learning something every day.
You mentioned Ja'Cory and Bennett. You know, people forget you started the year as a starter last year. There were some ups and downs as any rookie, you know, goes through. But it felt like you always had a pretty good understanding of that. And having that perspective of it and not getting down or too high, how important is that in terms of his development, and what have you seen so far from Ja'Cory?
I think the most important thing for him now is he's not under fire. You know, being a rookie and thrown out there, I've been in that same situation. You're under fire, like you still learning as you're going. Now he has a way higher understanding of the defense, of Coach Graham, how he calls it, and of the game. So it's a little bit slowed down for him now. So now he can really work on that development. He can really get better in the things he needs to focus on. And he's doing that. He's continuing to work. Is he ready? Heck yeah. We still got time to go though. We still got time to prepare. And every day we're trying to get better. Each and every guy in that room, no matter where they at, and he's just part of that too. You
mentioned that it slows down for him. Then there's other guys like DeCamerion and, you know, MJ that are in the fire like you just talked about. How does that change the pace of how you coach and teach, knowing that you got guys that understand it and have done it for quite a period of time, and guys that are just learning?
Well, the great thing about having a head coach as a former player is he understands that. So how our schedule is, it sets it up time where we be with the rookies a little bit more than we are with the vets, to slow it down for them and explain to them a little bit further. We have ample time, even more time than I've ever had with rookies, my years of coaching. So that way right there allows us to kind of get to them where I know it may be fast for them and maybe a lot of things, and that way they can get the game plan a little bit slower. be different.
Coach, what's your early impressions of Jack Jones so far?
Jack, man, Jack's a character, man. Love it. Hey, it's funny because my wife always discusses he kind of look like Nick Cannon to me, you know, like you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody loves Nick Cannon, right? Like, so Jack Jones is, everybody loves him, you know. He's a good character guy. He's hungry, but also he believes in second chances and being able to be here and with people that care about you. So I think it's going to be a big year for him because of those things, right? We're still working, we're still going, we're still grinding. That dude has some stuff in his legs that you just don't see. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching drills and I'm like, he covered that 5 yards in like 2 steps, like, you know what I mean? So he has some explosive stuff. He's a ball guy, which I love. I love guys that take away the ball. He can really do some special things. Once he locks in, he focuses. That dude can be pretty good.
I know you've only seen him in practice and getting to know him right now, but how would you kind of compare his swag with like Sauce?
Oh, different, you know, different, way different. Sauce is unique, you know, and how he does things. Also, too, he's 6'3", you know, so their swag is going to already be different, just literally different. But some of the same stuff as the confident corners are in this league. I want those guys to believe that they're the best in the world, right? And those two believe that, and they'll let you know, right? And that's just a start. So now you got to go out there and do it each and every day.
Nate Hobbs is a guy that has played all over the field, you know, in his time with the Raiders. How invaluable is that to have a kind of a chess piece out there as that cornerback?
Nate is the key to analyze our defense, right? That nickel spot is very special. That star spot is very special. Being able to play inside and outside is a unique characteristic to have. Just like Michael Carter with the Jets were last year, you know, a pivotal piece of that defense. That's what Nate Hobbs is. That's what the star position has become. He's the key to unlock our defense, and he's great at it, right? He can continue to ascend, and with his growth, our defense grows. All right, our defense grows and it allows PG, our coordinator, to call certain things because he can trust that Nate can get it done and get it communicated to everybody, and we can work well together.
Ricky, last year Jacorian, he started week 1 as a starter and then got hurt and kind of lost his spot. I don't know if you had that experience in your playing career, but what kind of helps as a cornerback? Obviously, confidence is a big thing. What helps work your way back up from something like that?
Work, just keep grinding. You know, I told those guys, you know, in your situations, there's gonna be times that we don't look the way you want it to look. What are you gonna do about it? What's gonna be your response? How you respond is everything, right? You got to go out there and grind, right? Sometimes the thing in between your ears, your mind, messes you up, right? Don't worry about that. Forget the outside noise, forget the inside noise, and just go work. And if you can get better just a little bit each and every day, you're gonna be all right.
Coach, you know, can never forget you having those 3 interceptions in the NFC title game against the Eagles. I think it's still the record. Do moments like that, like not just being a former player, but literally still having your name in the record books, does that hold cachet with players, you think, and gets them to listen even more so?
It was so long ago, you know,
Right.
a long time ago. But we have fun, man. Like I said, I'm surrounded by great staff, coaching staff, and they bring it up, and it'll be some fun time where we show different guys taking away the ball. It does. It's crazy because as a player, I thought that's what I was destined for, is pick up Donovan McNabb 3 times in the NFC Championship. That was my destiny. But really, what it was for was this moment right now. Right, for me to have the way to be able to talk about big time situations and big games and showing up big and not just talking it but living it helps with that message, you know. So that's what it was for. It's for this intended purpose right now. Me as a coach, giving back to the game that gave so much to me.
With that being said, from your experiences, how much benefit is there to have as many coaches that played the game on the staff as well?
Yeah, one is the energy. You know, the energy is different. You know, it's just different when you got guys that have been blood, sweat, and tears in this thing. You know, and you can feel it. And I can't help it. Like I can't help it. You know, and we have fun with it too. It's so immature. It's hilarious how immature we are. It's the same thing in New York. We were so immature, but it's because we were players. We were just having fun, and it just helped the business side of it, the football side of it. It'd be so much better. You know, such a fun experience. And it's so natural. It's so natural. So I think that's the benefit of having a bunch of guys that played the game and also coached it at a high level and been around some great coaches, especially the benefit from that. And we get the benefit from as coaches as well.
So what new passing trends are you preparing for?
New passing trends.
2024 in 2024.
I'm just preparing for getting out of breaks right now. We ain't talking about the passing trends yet, right? We're looking at some of the stuff, some of the main categories, some of the main stuff. But right now, we worried about us. You know, how can we get us right? If we right, the ball's gonna be okay. But right now, we just focusing on us, and obviously some of the main stuff we'll go through. But I ain't letting that out of the bag.
It felt like this defense may have flown under the radar a little bit, kind of nationally. And I'm sure when you got the job, you took a look at a deep dive into this defense. What did you see about last year's defense? Obviously, last year is last year, but at least something to build on in terms of why this defense turned out to be as good as it was.
We flying on the radar? Perfect. That's exactly what I want us to be. Nobody talking about us, nobody. Perfect. Cool. We got to show up every day. We got to show what we can be. Right? That's it. That's what the defense did last year, right? They showed up. They showed up when AP took over. They bought in, and just a sense of urgency towards the end of that season to make it happen. Was it perfect? No, but there's some good things that we can use that we used as momentum going into this offseason. Okay, and the guys have trust and belief that they can. All right, and that's a huge part of it. Believing in yourself, and trust comes from seeing, from doing. All right, so.
Brandon Faison is a guy who kind of struggled to stay on the field last year, get back out there. What have you seen from him, both health-wise and just kind of adjusting to what everybody needs from him?
Face, man, love it. Love the way the guy shows up every day. Right? He is a pro. The way he works, the way he shows up to work, the way he studies, his detail, his effort and intensity to get better, it's been showing up every day. He's been very consistent. He's been healthy, and that guy being healthy is going to be good for us. He's going to be a big part of this defense, and we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to him just continue to grow and ascend.
Coach, what are the non-negotiables to have a great defense, the traits you're looking for that you have to be able to have a great defense?
Toughness, all right, mentally and physically, all right, that's non-negotiable. You got to be tough in this league. You got to be tough. You got to be able to fight through injuries. You got to be able to fight through losses. Got to be able to fight through giving up a play or two, right? Toughness is essential to being a corner for sure. To being a defensive player, period, right? Then you got to be smart, right? You got to be smart football intelligence, all right? Offense leaves clues, all right? Success leaves clues. You got to be able to find those clues. And it don't start on the field on Sunday, all right? It's in the classroom on Tuesday, on Monday, on those days, right? So you got to be smart and you got to be a student of the game, and that'll give you a chance to be successful.
Coach, does it change the way that you coach or teach at all, knowing that you expect the defensive line, I think, to be very, very impressive in getting the quarterback very quickly? Does it just kind of change the philosophy of the quarterback?
No. We go after them all day long. Defensive line, I appreciate you. Definitely, but we got to do our job.
That's good. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.